everyone, my name is ZeBirdBrain and today we are talking about deformers, and more precisely, bad deformers. So did you ever make a rig or animated something and it all seems to go well until this happens? And then you try to move the points and it only gets worse? This happens because the deformer is collapsing on itself and kind of spilling all over the place. This will not happen if your deformer is very wide. So if it's a wide shape, you're less likely to see this problem. It's really when the points or like the shape gets too thin and things are too close to each other. It starts to break. But worry not, there is an easy way to fix it, and we'll just use some node magic and it's gonna be all okay. So to practice it, I will use this amazing circle shape, but trust me, it would work for anything that is a bit thin. Examples of shapes that could be problematic with a deformer is when you have like a jacket. Like for example, my elf guy's jacket is very pointy. So if I put a deformer here, it's gonna break. Or if you have a character with very, very tiny bird legs, having an envelope here could break as well. Or when you have hair, like everything that is sharp and very thin is prone to breaking. But like I said, we're gonna fix that and it's gonna be okay. So just like a cooking show, I'm gonna show you the end result. Eventually, instead of having the weird thing we had before, I'll be able to move my deformer like this and even like that and even like cross it. Of course, if I go too far, it's still gonna break, but you have a lot of leeway for you to work your deformer. So let's dive in and do this together. First, as you can see, the solution is very easy. You just need one node to make your magic. But then how do we work with this? That's what we're gonna do step by step together. So I'm gonna get rid of everything here and just start fresh. So I'll start with a shade that already has a deformer. If you don't know how to use an envelope deformer, I have a video about it. You can just go check it out. Today we're just focusing on unbreaking it. Alright, so when you take your transform tool and you move it, you have this bug that happens. So what we'll do to fix it is cut the shape by its own contour. So to do that, very easy. Simply take your pencil tool and make a shape around your shape. So I'm gonna go to my drawing view. I'm gonna go in my line art view and then simply take your pencil tool or your circle tool or whatever to make a shape around your shape. So I'm gonna take my circle tool, make a shape like that. And then I'll use a dumb color to paint it. Usually in my rig, I always have a color that I call mask that I use to create these kind of things. So you won't see it in the final, so who cares? Take your favorite color and have fun. Then get rid of the line that you traced because you don't need it. Take the colored shape that you created, cut it using Ctrl X. You can also just right click and press cut, but you know, Ctrl X is way faster. So Ctrl X, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna paste it not on the line art, not on the color art. You're gonna paste it on either the overlay art level or the underlay level. Usually I put it on the underlay, like that. So then you'll have your line, your color, as usual, and then on the underlay you'll have the negative space around your shape. So what we're gonna use this for is that when I'm going to move the points of my shape, you see the error that happens here? I'll have my blue area cut it away. Alright, so just for show, I'm gonna take my dot, I'm gonna put it here, and then I'm gonna go to my node view and I'm gonna start to work the magic. Alright, so you have your drawing, then what you're gonna need is your art levels. So line art, color art, and for me, I took the underlay art level. I call them level, but you can also call them art layers, but I think there's too many things called layers, so I'd rather call them art levels, right? And then I'm just going to connect them like this. By the way, you can just take all of them, and I'm gonna unite them under a composite using Ctrl H, and then do this. The composite is just there so that we focus on what we're doing right now. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is take my underlay layer, and I'm gonna use it to cut away my color art. So enter, I'm gonna get myself a cutter. Remember the cutter? It's always something that goes here gets cut by something that goes here. So I'm gonna take my cutter and place it right here, and then use my underlay and place it in the cutter. And you'll see, magic. The spilling madness disappears. And it works great. Of course, if you push it too far, it's not gonna work because your shape is too small. If you really need to do that, which I doubt, you can still go into your drawing and just take your points and you can just like scale them and it should work. Yeah, that's it for today, and I hope it's gonna help you in your rigging adventure. And if you're an animator and you see that, feel free to just ask if it's possible to put that in a rig. Maybe people don't know, because rigging is a science in which we never stop learning. Alright, so I hope you had fun and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye.